Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create Snapchat lenses. Now to create Snapchat lenses, you need the official software Lens Studio, which is given by Snapchat themselves. With a software like Lens Studio, you can distort, you can add images, add GIFs, add videos, photos, anything. The possibilities are truly endless in this platform. So let's get started. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to show you the distort effect. So let me open Lens Studio real quick. Yeah, so when you open Lens Studio, you'll get this UI with the tutorial slide, with the templates and stuff like that. So what you're going to do is click on new project right here. So this has opened a new project. So let me explain the layout. This column at the left is the objects. These contain the effects you're going to use it on the lens. While this is a preview panel, whatever you add here will get updated here in real time, so you can compare whatever change you did to your lens. And this is the resources column. This is a place where you upload your own images and files to link with the lenses. You don't need that for now. So yeah, the distort effect. What you have to do is click on add new button right here. Go to face effects and then face stretch. So there you have a pivot skeleton of your face with all those dots connected to each other. It just shows the points on the face which you can interact with. For example, you can just select this whole lower part of the face and just make it a little more small. So as you can see here, I have reduced the size of the face just now by just dragging these couple of points to the center. You can do whatever you want with the points. You can stretch anywhere, it doesn't matter. Besides from face stretching, there is also a feature called Liquify. To enable this, go to add new face effects and then face Liquify. So what does Liquify do is it enlarges the corresponding part of the face as if it's stuck in a bubble. As you can see here, when I enable Liquify, it shows a similar effect. So I'll just move to the right place. Yeah, that's good. So here you can adjust the radius. The radius is the coverage of the effect, as you can see here, and you can control the intensity of the effect. Just don't make it look too weird. That's enough, I guess. Yeah, looks good. Now besides Liquify, there are many more effects. I'll show you another one. It's called as Face Inset. What Face Inset does is it cuts a part of your face and then makes you place anywhere you desire. So for example, I took the lips, so I'll just make it let's keep it here. You can see here when you change in this panel, so you can make sure whether you're correct or not. So I'll resize it a bit, make it smaller, so you can see the difference, right? I made it a little big, maybe make it thin. Yeah, I can see it, right? There's a difference. And Yeah, in case you want to create a new face insert, you can just do it the normal way, just face insert, and you can choose any part you want, like the right eye. No, it looks creepy, so I'm gonna turn it off for now. Yeah, you can and I'll explain about the settings. So this is a flip. You can flip the part of the face. You can flip. There's horizontal flip, vertical flip. The blend mode, alpha. I said alpha is the opacity of the effect. You can make it more subtle, or you can just cover the whole thing. The radius of the outer border and the radius of the inner border. So yeah, so that's it. So that's nothing much to go around here. Just do the main settings. That's cool. I'm just gonna delete these effects for now. I don't need it that much. Yeah. So this is how distort is done. There are many ways of adding media to the face. For example, you can use the default images given by the Lens Studio itself, or you can import your own and use it. So to add an effect for an image, you should go to add new, and then face effects, and then face image. So after you click face image, you will see a thumbnail like this. There's nothing to worry about. So the material should not be edited, because as the word says, the material is just how the surface of the face looks. So it doesn't need to be edited. So the texture must be edited. So for importing the image, I will just need to select the image. It's right here, and just drag and drop in the resources menu, and it has come. So this is the image. It's a crown. So what you need to do to import this image to the lens is click the option which says default in texture. Just click it, and then you can select your image right here, and there it appears. So you can just resize it any way you want. And I'll explain the options one by one. So the blend mode is self-explanatory, how it blends, but we don't need to mess with that now. Just keep it normal. Alpha is the opacity of the image. Like when it is 0, it is fully transparent, and at 100 it's fully opaque. So you can control the transparency of the image. And things like align to camera is when the camera direction changes, the crown also changes. So we need that. We don't need a crown in the static position. We just need it to move along with the camera. So make sure you tick that box, and the rest are all self-explanatory. So that's it. That's how you add an image. If you want to add a GIF or a video file or something like that, you can follow the exact same steps which was done earlier, and it will work just fine. So to go to the home page, you can just go to File, then close to Home, or Ctrl W. We can choose either ways. I'm not going to save this project. If you want, you can save it for future uses. So this is the home page. So to play around with templates, you have to click the option Templates here. So you have to go to All Templates, and then you can choose the category, like what kind of template are you looking for. I can choose all and beginner right now because it's more simple and not complicated. So for example, I'll choose the segmentation. It's a cool effect. So what does segmentation do is it gives you the ability to replace an existing image with your own image. So that's exactly what we are going to do now. We're just going to replace the image. If you see in the objects panel, you will see all this complicated stuffs, all this new stuffs. Just don't get bothered by it. You have to search for a component which says edit me. You see right here, it's named as edit me. When you click the component you have to edit, a new panel opens up. It's named as script. So I'll explain that one by one. It's the segmentation texture is the shape of the background. You know you can play the shape of the background, but mine I don't want to change the shape of the background. I just need it to be a square like this. So I'll just leave it the same way. Background color, you know that. So you can change the transparency or the intensity of the background color. You can change the background color to any way you like. I can change it to select that. Yeah, it's more light color. So here you can change the image. So in this case, an image of a heart is there. So you can change that image. I have a logo here. You just need to drag and drop here, right here. So you got your image in the resource panel. So to change the image, you have to go to image texture and then click inside, and then you can choose your image and click OK, and there you go, it has come. So if you want, you can change the background color a bit more. Yeah, that looks good. So there's even more settings. There's a blend mode or the alpha of the image. You want a tiled or a single image, just like that. You can make it anyway. You can just, I'm not gonna fit it inside because the person will be covering it. So I'm just going with tiles. In tiles, you can change the tile density. That is how many logos should appear at the screen. I'm just going with 8. Whether you want it to move or just you want it to stay still. Okay, I want to move, and you can choose the speed for the moment. Scroll speed X and Y are just the speed on the X-axis and the Y-axis, how fast it goes. I'm just going to set everything for default for now. And rest are just advanced settings, too much for the basics. You probably don't. So that's how you use the segmentation template. And I'll show you another one. Templates, then cutout one is interesting. As you can see here, what cutout does is it projects your image onto real life, and it is done using augmented reality. You see, I can change the distance from the user like this. You can. So I'm just gonna delete it, and let's focus on this image for now. So similarly, I'm gonna add my own image. Yeah. So just go to texture, choose image, and you have a nice floating face of the fox on the ground. Okay, so now what the settings does is, first is ground offset. It just controls the distance of the image, of the bottom of the image from the ground. So you can increase it to make it to increase the distance between the ground, or decrease it to make it sync. So I'm just going to make it like a little higher. Yeah, so you can enable shadows, or you can control the camera. You can control the camera movement. I'm not going to do this here. This is essential for, because look at camera. And then there's the look at camera option, and then there's the look at camera option, which allows the object, which shows the object, which makes the object face the direction of the camera. And you can enable and disable shadows. I'm going to enable it. And you can flip, horizontal flip actually. So that's how you add an image using augmented reality. And now I'm going to show you how to publish your lens to Snapchat and be made accessible to the public. So now I'll make a quick lens. You can see I've imported my logo here. I'll just click and drag here. That is also a way you can import. So yeah, that's fine. And I'll pick a position, increase the ground offset, shadow look camera, good. So before you have to publish, you have to follow some steps to verify whether it's working correctly or not. One of the first steps is testing it yourself, whether it is working correctly or not, by just clicking this button. If you click this button, it will send a code for you. You just scan that code via Snapchat. You can try it on your own. So after you've done that, go to project info, rename it. I'll choose DAC floating logo. Okay, right. Lens made for is which camera you have to use, like the back or the front one. I'll use the back one. So the hints are basically the commands to show the user to raise your eyebrows, or put your tongue out, open your mouth, stuff like that. I don't want any hints. And here is a preview panel. You can record yourself trying out the lens and upload it here, so that newcomers who find out your lens can see something, how the lens looks like, to see how the lens works, right? So you can upload it if you want. I don't want to upload, so I'll click apply. So after it is saved, click publish lens. So here it has come. So the tags are, to make the search more easy to locate. So I'll just put related keywords like VIT, VAC, club, animation, yeah, stuff like that. You get the point, right? You just put related keywords here so that people can easily search for your lens. Scan triggers are basically lenses like it works on cats and dogs. I just want my lens to be general, so I don't want to add any scan triggers. Lens preview I explained it earlier, so I'll just submit. So I uploaded my lens here. It's in review right now. As you can see, my earlier lens have come live. What is review is that Snapchat basically checks your lens whether it is appropriate to be made to the public so that everyone can use it, and the review takes only like 5 minutes or something, so it should be done. Yeah, it is live now, right now. Yeah, it is live now. So live means anyone from the public can search for this logo and can access the logo. If you want, you can share. You'll give a link so you can send it to your friends to check it out. So there are options here. These are self-explanatory. So yeah, this is how you publish your lens. So this is how you create and publish your own Snapchat lenses. If you like this video, smash that like button. And if you want to stay updated with many more fun stuffs, you can hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon. You can also follow our Facebook and Instagram pages, VIT Animation Club. The link is also in the description. And so that's it for today, guys. Good luck.